हेलो ऑल। आवाज जा रहा है क्या? जस्ट अ क्विक चेक इफ आई एम ऑडिबल. हेलो गाइस, जस्ट लेट मी नो इफ आई एम ऑडिबल. हेलो गाइस, एम आई ऑडिबल? Let's wait for a couple of minutes until everyone joins. कौन कौन है स्ट्रीम पे एक बार बताना गाइस. Who else is there except me? Like, I use one of my stream to see the chat. Who else is there? uh Guys, quickly. Yes, okay. Mahima and Achal is there. Who else? Like, okay. So only three. Achal, Harshit. Okay, 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 okay. So a couple of more guys joined. I'll wait for 1 more minute, guys. I know that I postponed the session for a couple of minutes, a couple of times in the past, but I'll try not to postpone by 10 or 15 minutes. I'm sorry for that, and try to join on time so that we can start it as quickly as possible. Okay, so we'll start it. We'll start it, no problem. Let's check whosoever is joining. It's fine. If they are not joining, it's their call. Uh, we have two questions to study today. Out of the first one is merge intervals. We'll learn this. We'll learn the trick to solve merge interval question. We won't we won't memorize it. And the second one is we won't memorize it because memorization won't work in interviews. You won't be able to see if memorization is working or not. And for others, mm, first missing positive integer. These two questions we are gonna solve today. I'm little under weather today, uh, having runny nose and all. So I hope that okay. These 3 to 4 people are only there in the class today. I'll start with them only. Okay. So to begin with, uh, I'll start with this merge intervals topic. Just suppose we are given some intervals. We are given some intervals like start and end is 1 comma 3, 5 comma 9, 10 and 11, 18 and 16, 19 and 20. Oh, these intervals can be given like this. Like if suppose the input can be given like these two. So this is the first way they can give the input. They will either give the start and end array separate, and they will say for the zeroth index the start is at first interval and uh, mm, the end is at the third interval, third point. So for this assumption, just assume if there is a meeting room. Have you guys been ever into meeting room? So there's a concept of meeting room. If suppose from like 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. some candidate A might have booked the meeting room. A might have booked this meeting room for this time. So if a person B tries to book the meeting room from 7:30 to 8:30, will the meeting room be booked? No, because it is already booked for the time zone is conflicting because 7:30 to 8 it is conflicting for meeting room B for the person B. But if the person B tries to book it for uh, 8 to 8 to 9, right? So at that time they will person B will be able to book the meeting room. So for this scenario only we are going to solve this question. So for this scenario only we are going to solve this question. Just like if you are able with the question first, okay, I'll explain it once more so that you are pretty much clear about it. So suppose there is a meeting room, okay, and if in the meeting room there are several person A, B, C, D, they are trying to book the meeting room for their different times to have a meeting. In first scenario, A is trying to book for 7, like for just we'll go with this example only. We'll go with this example. A is trying to book at from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Okay. So it will check if 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. meeting room is already booked or not. So it's not booked. They will say, okay, I will give you the meeting room time for 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Suppose it is 1 p.m. over here, 3 p.m. over here. So this for this time the meeting room is booked now. Okay. But if B tries to book for like 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Again for 4 to 6, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Meeting room is empty. It is allowed to book. So B also booked. Here A has booked. Here B has booked. Okay. Now a person C comes and he wants to book for 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Just an example. Okay. So will this meeting room allow person C to book? No, because A has already booked for this 1 to 3 and in this zone the meeting room is conflicting 3:30 p.m. So in this zone meeting room is conflicting. So it should not allowed because it is already been booked by person A. So we just need to write an algorithm to find out that if the meeting room is if somebody tries to book for C, if somebody like if somebody is C and he is trying to book for his meeting room at some certain time, so we just need to make sure that okay the meeting room is not already preoccupied. So this is what the question says, and we'll begin with the logic of it. So we'll start with the we'll start this to represent from a number line. Okay, so what we can do is just imagine, I'll tell you one thing. Just imagine this as something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So can you see, if you see the screen, if somebody has booked for like 1 to 3, fine, there was no booking earlier, person A can book. Person B booked for 6 to 8, fine, nobody has booked earlier. But just in case, if a person tries, if a person C tries to book at something like 2 to 4, will it be allowing? No, it should not allow, because this is the conflicting zone. Because this is the conflicting zone. Are you able to guess the question? So so for the first time, for the first question, we just need to return if we are able to book the meeting room or not. Return true or false. If you return true, that means C can book the meeting room, or A or B, whosoever is trying to book the meeting room, they can book the meeting room. Or else, return false if the meeting room is conflicting. Are you able to guess the get the question, guys? Are you able to get the question? Are you able to get the question, guys? Okay, two yeses, like a couple of more people. Whosoever is watching, do let me know that if you are able to get the question. Okay, okay, good, great. Anyone else? Like 2 3% are remaining right now. Are you able to get the question, guys? The question is very simple. We are given a time interval like from 1 to 3, 5 to 9, 10 to 11, 16 to 8, sorry, it's 13 to 16, not 18 to 16. My bad. I'll just quickly erase this. 13 to 16 and 19 to 20. Just imagine it a 24-hour format for now. Or I'll tell you, like, okay, I just gave you an example to understand through meeting rooms concept. It's not exactly the meeting room. They can be like numbers, intervals too. Like we have already studied from first interval to third interval. Okay. Okay. So this question is clear to you guys. Okay. So let's see what cases are there. What cases, in what cases we can be able to solve. Suppose 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 this array is already given. Like I'll tell you. Wait. So this is the number line. Okay. So there are two scenarios, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So there are two scenarios. Either we'll consider the given meeting room, like we'll consider the already booked time is L1 and R1. So this is successfully booked. But if somebody wants to book for like if like suppose whatever, I'll explain. Maybe I'm not clear to you guys. Just 1 second. So first time zone for A was 1 to 4. Just assume this. Okay. So for 1 to A it was 1 to 4. So we'll say this as L1 or R1, or this we can also say start for A or start for B. To simplify, we can say start of I and end of I. We can simply say this. For simplicity, we can say this: start of index I and end of index I can be simply referred, or L1 on R1 can be simply referred. L1 is for leftmost for the first person, and rightmost for the second person. So from what to what, from index 1 is to index 4, it is already booked. they are saying. But if suppose a person comes B who wants to book it for just say 3 to 5, will it be allowed? 3 to 5 है ना, this is L1 L2 and R2. Okay, so will it be allowed? No, it won't be allowed because this time zone is conflicting time zone. So this time zone is a conflicting time zone, so it should return false for it, or it should not allow, or whatever the question is asking, howsoever question is asking, you should do it. Okay, but so how we are saying that this is not allowed? Just understand the logic over here. Assume if L2, if L2 is smaller than R1. Okay, so suppose L1 is over here, R1 is over here, and if L2 is over here, R2 is over here. Okay, so this is the base scenario. In this scenario they are non-overlapping, right? Yes or no? So in this scenario this is non-overlapping, R1 is non-overlapping to L2 because uh, if R1 is less than L2, means if 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 person C is at here, just imagine 5 to 8. Okay, so we are getting this for person C, this is 5 to 8. Okay, let's not go with R3. Okay, so if R1 R1 is this, if suppose, don't forget this, for time being we are not looking at uh, this is person A, this is person B, this is person C. So we are looking for person A and person C now, just in the case where person A and person C is considered. Okay, so this is L2, this is R2. So if L2 is greater than R2, this means that they are not overlapping. Yes or no? If L2 is greater than R, if L2 is greater than R1, so wherever one finishes, after that if L2 is coming, so this zone is non-overlapping. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? If L2, this L2 comes after R1, after this. So if 5 comes after 4, they are non-overlapping. So this zone is non-overlapping. Are you clear with this? First, yes or no? Yes or no? Guys, yes or no? Maybe I'm not able to get the chat, guys. Either you guys are not responding or my chat is too slow today. Okay, guys, let me know. Yes, 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 yes. So if uh, if my L2 is greater than R1, this means that these two indexes are non-overlapping. Are you agreeing with this first scenario? So what we have concluded, we'll write somewhere cleaner. Okay, so we have first thing concluded that if L2 is greater than R1, so we have make this case clear. Okay, that this is the case for non-overlapping. Now, there might be one more case. So let's discuss that case first, and then we'll come to this A and C. Okay. So there might be one more case. Okay. So first we looked at L1 R1. First case was this for overlapping, right? We checked these indexes, right? L2, if suppose L2 is less than R1, means what will happen? Means these things are overlapping. If L2 is less than R1, means R1 is greater than L2, this particular portion is overlapping. There will be one more scenario, just pay attention to this right now. Suppose if L1 is over here and R1 is over here, and we have uh, L2 over here and R2 over here. I will give you a good example for this. Just imagine, so this is 5, this is 8. Okay, But if a person tries to book from 3 to 6, okay, so this is 5 p.m., this is 8 p.m., but if a person tries to book from 3 to 6 p.m., so in this scenario, if you closely observe, this particular zone, that is 5 to 6 zone, is overlapping. Yes or no? So if 5 to 6 zone is overlapping, trust me, what will happen? What will happen? So in order to not to make this overlap, what should be our condition? Our condition will be R2 should be greater than L1. Yes or no? If R2 is greater than, just look at this picture only. This focus over here. Focus over here. If R2 comes just before, if R2, this is our R2. If R2 comes over here, okay. So you don't assume that, okay, just don't be confused. So given in scenario, we have this 5 to 8 our meeting room is booked, okay, but if you want to book for 3 to 6 p.m., so in that case, this is this was the post case, this is the pre case. In this case, we have this 3 to 6 p.m. given, okay. So in this case, if R2 is greater than L1, if R2 lies over here, if suppose if it was up to 4 p.m., 3 to 4 p.m., this could be allowed, right? If it was from 3 to 4 p.m., then this could be this could be have allowed, because R2 over here is 4, R2 is greater than, R2 is, wait, not R2 is greater than L1, wait, R2 is smaller than L1, right? My bad, guys, my bad. You guys are not, guys are not attentive in the class too. Okay, let me know if I'm doing something wrong. Spam it. L2, R2. If R2 is smaller than L1, if R2 lies over here, L2, R2, L1, R1. So if R2 is smaller than L1, yes, then this will be non-overlapping. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Let me know. I'll write it quickly. What I told was R2 should be smaller than L1. If if I shift if I shift this, wait, if I shift this, okay, so okay, have a look over here. If I if this is the case, so this is non-overlapping, right? But if this is the case, this is overlapping, this is non-overlapping. But if this is the case, this is overlapping. I can give you even more better example. Suppose this is L1, this is R1. We have given a standard time like 3 to 4, okay, and I am having something like this, L2, R2. So howsoever I am moving, just have a look, okay. So if this is the case, like, assume, just 1 second, guys. This is R2, okay, R2, this is L2, yes. So okay, we'll figure all the scenarios, okay. In this scenario, what should we check? We should be checking, in this scenario, what should we check? We should be checking if L2 is greater than R1, yes or no? If L2 is greater than R1, L2 is greater than R1, then this will be non-overlapping. But if L2 is smaller than R1, this will be overlapping. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. If we assume this case, if suppose if our the booking time is now from 1 to 3:30, 1 or 2 to 3:30, or 2 to 3:15, then in this case, assume this. If if this if this L2, if this R2 is smaller than L1, if this R2 is smaller than L1, then it is non-overlapping. But if somehow L1 is smaller than R2, then it is overlapping. So for non-overlapping, what should be writing? We should be writing R2 should be smaller than L1. We'll be writing over here R2 should be smaller than L1. Yes or no? Do you agree with these statements? For non-overlapping, what should be doing? R2 should be always smaller than L1. You agree with this statement? So if we write this together, what we have written two scenarios. If R1 is less than L2, first thing, if we have written for non-overlapping, right? R2 is less than L1, or R2 is less than L1. These two scenarios we have written. Okay. If these two scenarios, if we negate these two scenarios, then it will say that this is overlapping. We have written for non-overlapping, but if we negate it, it will say okay, in any other cases it will be overlapping, because for overlapping we might to check for three things. Okay, suppose L1 R1, so there will be one more condition that L2 L2 and R2 छोटा रहेगा. This will be a condition. I will write it clearly, wait, so that you guys can understand. Okay, L1 R1. Okay, now, so if we go for overlapping, we need to write more than 5 to 6 cases, but if we just go for non-overlapping, we just need to write two cases. So every time, remember, you need to write two cases. Why should we do extra efforts? So like if we go for overlapping, what will be our cases? Our cases can be like this, like uh, something like this it will be there, something like this it will be there, L2 R2, L2 R2, something like this it will be there, L2 R2, like they are lying in between it only. So we just need to write only non-overlapping part and negate it. So if we negate it, it will say it's overlapping, and then we can solve the questions. Equals case will be okay, equals case. Okay, so I will leave this equal case, Mahima, for you only. You go, you check everything, that what are the constraints, how they can be solved, like okay. So there are a couple of type of questions which will be asked. So first type of question will be merge intervals. So they will say merge the intervals. Okay, merge the intervals means, so the first type of question is merge interval, second type of question is meeting room. So every time we need to handle that on our own, but all the scenarios remains this only. For every time we have to stick to this part only. This part is very mandatory. You every time write it for non overlapping case, and you will observe that okay, every of your cases like working perfectly fine. So merge intervals, how merge intervals are there? Suppose okay, if a question comes like okay, 1 2 3 is there, and already it's been 4 to 5, 4 to 6. So suppose there are two intervals given, 1 to 3 and 4 to 5. Okay, but if somebody comes and say okay, we need to merge all the intervals given, so in this case this is our answer. But if the question is having one more interval saying that 2 to 5, then in that case our answer should be just have a, everything from 1 to 6 is covered, right? This is covering this part is covering this part is covering, we have to merge everything into one. So our answer should return, our answer should return 1 to 6. So this is the type where merge intervals come into picture. I'll teach you guys on merge intervals now only. So what we can do in merge intervals, okay, we can directly apply this condition and check if they are overlapping. If they are overlapping, if suppose if 1 and 3 is there, and 4 and 6 is there, they are not overlapping. But in third case, first you put this, no problem, then if you put this, then there is no problem. But in third case, once you are doing it, so they will say it's overlapping. So in that case of overlapping, you should take min of this and max of this, in which interval, whichsoever interval it is overlapping, and we can make it possible, like min of this overlapping interval and max of this overlapping interval. I'll solve one question to clarify. Are you guys able to get the gist that how this question is getting solved? Let me know first, then I'll be moving, because this question is very important. Just give me the honest opinions of yours. Whosoever is watching, please, like 6 person is watching, I want everyone to just tell me. I'm not spoon feeding everything, but if you are able to get the gist that okay, how we can merge the intervals, how we can check if the meeting room is preoccupied or not, you need to do some workaround for everything, but this is the basic gist, this is the basic summary of this. So let me know if it is clear to you. I'm waiting for everyone's response. Then I'll be moving to my next question. With last part, what do you mean, Achal Ravi? With last part, can you explain which last part you want? Guys, Akash is here. Akash, bhai, you need not to learn from me at least, guy. By the way, current page only. Okay, okay. Anyone else, guys? Third case. Third case is okay. So this merging one. Now, okay, merging one will take care. Merging one will take care. Merging one will be solving like I'll solve merging one once again, or maybe I can go to this. I can go to this merge intervals, and I'll solve this in the class today. If you want, I can do it. No problem. Let me check if it is there. Yes, it is there, and I will solve it. No problem. Who else is there, guys? Are you clear with this everything? I'll explain merge intervals once again. No, not an issue. I'll explain the merge interval question first, then I'll be approaching to it. Okay, so I'll expect that okay, everyone is clear. So so just assume two cases. Just assume two cases. You are given a couple of intervals, and you need to merge those intervals. Okay, so how merge intervals will be solved? I'll be teaching now, and maybe I can solve it in the class too. Okay, so how merge intervals can be fixed? So just if there is a start interval for one is 1 3, the other one is 2 6, the other one is 8 comma 10, the other one is 15 comma 18. Okay, so these are the intervals given. These are the interval given. We need to merge all the interval, and our answer should be like this: 1 to 6, 8 to 10, and 15 to 18. Okay, okay, this is the input and this is the output. I'll quickly draw the picture so that it can be visualized. So 1 2 3 it is booked, 1 2 3. Then it is saying 2 to 6, so 2 to 6 it is booked. Okay, then it is saying 8 to 10, from here 8 to 10 it is booked. Then it is saying 15 to 18. So we need to merge all the overlapping intervals. So over here, if you carefully observe, these intervals are overlapping. So we should, for these two intervals, they are overlapping. So we should return uh, this non-overlapping intervals, so that all the intervals are in the output interval. So all the overlapping intervals are also considered. So we can say, if we can say this is covering 1 to 6, this is covering 8 to 10, and this is covering 15 to 18, then is it fine for you guys, that okay, these intervals are merged in one interval? Don't assume this question with don't relate this question with meeting room. This is altogether a separate question. I just taught the concept using that question. So in this question they are asking us to merge all the intervals, given intervals, and our output interval should be non overlapping. So in this case, if we must if the case is given as 1 to 3, then it is given 2 to 6. So 2 will lie somewhere here, and this, if you carefully observe, this part is overlapping. So we just merge these two intervals into one interval. So what we have actually done, we have just checked we have just checked if we have just checked if 1 and 3 comma 2 and 6 are overlapping. So with this function, what with this approach what I have taught you now, with this approach we can check if they are overlapping or non overlapping, yes or no. We can check this, right? With this trick we can check if they are overlapping or non overlapping. If suppose they are overlapping, so in between these two, 1 and 2, minimum of 1 and 2 is 1, okay, and maximum of 6 and 3 is 6. So we'll say our new formed interval will be 1 comma 6, and which is non overlapping. You agree with this or not? Let me know if question itself is now clear to you. Guys, whosoever is there in the chat, let me know if this particular question is clear to you, and somewhat solution of it is also clear to you guys. Quickly guys, respond so that I can move ahead. Either I will be, you want the solution, complete solution for this particular question, then I can solve, no problem. Clear, okay. If you want the solution, if you want me to code for this particular solution, I can code, or we can code the next solution, whichever is there, whichever question is there. Let me know. If you want me to code for the same, I can code. Just the if condition, guys. If you are writing if condition, if you are checking two intervals, everything is done, sorted. You don't need to look for anything. Like if you see intervals anywhere, just you remember this if, and your part is done. Whatever I have explained in this if, your part is done. Your question is done. Just you need to apply whatsoever the specific condition in that particular question is given, apply those conditions to this interval, and you are done with everything. Guys, let me know in the chat. Like 7 people are watching, and I'm getting only one confirmation that okay, they got the question. Quickly guys. And others are not responding, why? Okay, I'm assuming, okay, you want code for the same, guys? You want code for the same, or I should move to, shall I move to different question? Shall I move to my favorite question? You want code for the same? If you want code, let me know if you want code, or else just write it that you don't need code for the same. Guys, quickly, guys, quickly. I don't know why others are not responding. Okay, no problem. I'll start with mm, one of my favorite techniques in array is called, which is called as go back home technique. Okay. Uh, I'll yes, yes, yes. So the question number for the same is 56. 56 you can try, guys. 56, lead code 56. You can try merging the intervals, or you can also try question number. I'll tell you. Try question number. Just 1 second, guys. You can also try a question number 2402. It is a hard problem. I also have not solved this question. I'll solve. This is also based on the intervals only. And meeting room 2. Let me check if it is open for no. It's subscription path meeting room. I'll add the question in Notion, guys. If you have the Notion, I'll add the question in Notion, guys. Okay. Okay. So we'll read a technique called go back home technique, and then we'll be so this question. To teach you this technique, I'll be taking one question that is lead code 41, and we'll start learning this technique. So in this question, it is saying that you are given an array. That array is 3, 4, -1 and 1. Okay. So they are asking which is the first integer positive which is missing in the array. So integers are either -1, -2, -3, negative integers, or so 0 is not considered as integer, first thing. So they are asking uh, which is the first missing positive integer. Okay, first positive integer which is missing. So over here, if you see 1 is there, 2 is not there, so our answer should be 2. Over here, if the another case is there, another input is there, 1, 2 and 0, which is the first missing positive integer over here? 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is not there, because we should not consider 0. 0 is our 0 is not the integer. Again, if we see over here, 7, 8, 9, 11 and 12, in this case, which is the first missing positive integer? 1. So these two things are this is the, are you clear with the question, guys? So over here, 1 is the first missing positive integer. Are you clear with the question? So this question says we should return first missing positive, first missing positive integer. Okay, if we carefully observe in this question, the constraints given are, the constraints given are array's length can be or 10 to the power 5. So can we solve this question in order of n square? No, we can't solve this. Somebody would come to us and say, okay, somebody would come to us and say, okay, ki we need to we what we what's first approach which is coming to your brain is, we'll sort this, we'll sort everything in the given array. Like if suppose if the integer is given like 4, 3, -1, 2, 0. Okay, we'll sort everything up and then we'll check -1, 0, 2, 3, 4. So we'll sort everything, we'll sort the array, and then we'll check, okay, from 1, if 1 is there or not, then we can subsequently increase our counter. We have a counter as 1. If 1 is there in the array, it's fine. Then we will check if 2 is there in the array. Then we will check if 3 is there in the array, 4 is there in the array, and once it is not there, once whatever counter is not there, we can return that particular counter. So we'll check if 1 is not, if you see the first number is -1, then we can confirm that, okay, 1 is like we can't say 1 is there or not. Okay, we'll check if this particular array of I is greater than 1. Yes, it is greater than 1. Not, it is not greater than 1, we'll skip. Then we'll come to 0. We'll see, okay, this particular array of I is not greater than 1. Okay, 0 is less than 1. We'll again move and we'll see if it is greater than 1. Yes, it is greater than 1. So now from here the counter will start and we'll check, okay, if 1 is missing, 2 is missing, 3 is missing, and subsequently we'll come to find that, okay, which element is missing and we can return. So in this particular approach where we are sorting the data and finding out that, okay, which integer is missing is clear to everyone. Just sort the array avoiding 0, check the counter. Yes, 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 yes. Counter 1 we can return. Yes, yes, correct. Correct, Samkit. You are correct over here. But sorting itself will take order of n log n time. Bare minimum. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Sorting will bare minimum take order of n log n time. Are you agreeing with this first? So are you first let me know, with this approach are you clear with with this approach, will you be able to solve this question? You will first sort the array and you will check whosoever is there. Can Are you clear with this approach? You will sort the array and you will be able to find the first missing positive integer. Are you clear, guys? Guys, let me know. 8% is watching, 7 to 8% are watching, and I am only getting 2 to 3 replies. Then either I should not ask you that, okay, are you getting it or not, or shall I quickly move ahead without making sure that, okay, you are getting it or not. If you won't communicate with me how I am clear that, okay, you guys are getting it or not. Can you solve with sorting approach? You can only sort, you will just write arrays dot sort and everything is done for you. Okay. So here comes one more technique, and that technique will solve your problem in order of n time. That is order go back home technique. That will solve this problem. So where we will be using that particular technique, I'll teach you in the at the end of the class. Okay. Let me start. Uh, so suppose if we are given an array that is 3 comma 4 comma minus 1 comma 1. Okay. If I suppose this array is of length 4, okay, so if I uh, somehow put 4 over here, 3 over here, and 1 over here, and minus 1 over here, are you able to get? This is 0th index, this is first index, this is second, and this is third index. Okay, but I have shifted this by one time. I will quickly show you how I have shifted this by one time. So just imagine like this. Okay, and this is 4. Just look at this. So 1 is at its home, there is no one at 2. 3 is at its home, 4 is at its home. And in this scenario, like 1 2 and 0 scenario, like array is given as 1 2 and 0. Okay, so over here we can write 1 2 and 0 because we are not considering 0. So I am saying index I plus 1, that is 0 plus 1, should have 1. If for at index 0 it should be having 1, at index 1 it should be having 2, at index 3 it should be having uh, 3. No, sorry, at index 3 it should be having sorry, at index 2 it should be having 3, at index 3 it should be having 4. So I'm just increasing and saying, okay, we have defined their home. We have defined home for 1 is 0, 0th index, actually 0 index. Home for 3 is actually 2 index. Home for 4 is actually third index. So we have defined a home, imaginary home for our approach. Okay, just pay attention guys, just bear with me, you will love this technique. I myself have solved this, solved at least 7 to 8 problems using this technique, at least 7 to 8 problems, and that too good problems. You won't recognize, I'll tell you how to recognize that. Okay, go back home technique is in the picture or not, I'll tell you. So just forget everything, just forget everything, just imagine this. Okay, just imagine this. Suppose you have a array over where index is starting from 1 to n. Okay, or let's suppose 0 to n only. Okay, we'll having 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so if we have something like 0 to n minus 1, then we have indexes from 0 to n minus 1 in the arrays too. Just imagine like this: we have 7, we have 5, we have 2, we have 4, we have 6, we have 1, we have 3, we have 0. So we have everything. How many indexes are there guys over here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so our task, what is this, is the input given. Okay, our task is to just send everyone to their home. We say 0 is the home where the index is 0, 3 is the home for the index at position third, 1 is at 1, 6 should be at its actual home, 6, 7, 5, 4, 2. We need to just send everyone back to their home. Okay, we can send just everyone back to their home, this is the first case. But they in some questions, how it will be given is that they will be having a minimum number. Suppose the minimum number is 22. Okay, so the number starts from 22. I'm telling you. So the number can be jumbled like this: 25, 26, 27, 29, 23, 24, and 22. So this is given like this. Okay, okay, are you agreeing with this? So this is the jumbled array given, and we need to sort it like this: 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So if you carefully observe, 22 is at its home. We have defined 0 as the home for 22. We have defined imaginary home for 22 is at 0. That is, we have subtracted everything 22 from this. Just imaginary, we are subtracting it. Imaginary. For solving our problem, we are subtracting this. Okay. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. So somehow this problem is reducing to first missing positive integer. Now from input to output, how we can make sure that okay, input to output array is coming in order of n time, I will teach you. But are you able to get that this question can be something like this even, that okay, we need like it's need not to be 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. It can sometime be n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, n plus 4, n plus 5, n plus 6. So the number should be in the continuous manner. So what I am trying to teach you over here is that if you find any question which says number is continued from n to n plus something like n plus 6, n to n plus 6, then go back home technique can be used to sort the array in order of n time. Are you able to get the gist? Like the gist is the gist is the array should not be starting from 0, it can be start from anything, but they will be having one interval, and that interval is n to n plus 6 or n plus 7 or n plus 9 or anything, n to like 5n. But they have specified that somehow with some questions constant they might be specifying okay, that okay, there are these numbers only, and within these numbers some number is our output. So they have specified that range, and in that range we need to find something. I'm not teaching you this question first missing positive integer. I'm teaching you an approach. With uh, with uh, with that approach you will be able to solve anything, like any problem if they are having some kind of n to n plus 5 or n plus 6. N can be 0 to, or n can be anything, like 25 can be also your n, and then it can go to 31, and then you need to find first missing positive integer between uh, 25 to 31. So your minimum will be, so over here in our case in the question number 41 of the lead code, the minimum is 1. But if it is given, then our minimum could have been become 25. So 0 should be mapped to 25, then 1 should be mapped to 26, then 2 should be mapped to 27, and then so on. And we'll be checking, okay, whichsoever index is not satisfying the condition, that is the first missing integer in our case. So are you able to get the gist that how this question can be asked? I'll teach you, just wait, I'll teach you how to write from here to here in order of n time. I'll teach you. Just wait. But let me know if it is clear to you, yes or no. You can define the imaginary base, guys. You can define the imaginary base. The imaginary base can be 25, the imaginary base can be 1, the imaginary base can be 6, the imaginary base can be 1005. Anything can be imaginary base. And in that imaginary base, that minimum should be mapped to 0 of that particular array, and then sort that array in the increasing manner, and then you will be able to solve the question. You will be able to get the gist. Guys, come on, more yeses. If you are not clear, I'll be reiterating. So I need 5 yes, out of which I got 2 yes. Mahima and Gaurav is clear. Sorry, Achal and Gaurav is clear. I need, so whosoever is there, kindly let me know if you are clear, guys. Guys, come on, more yeses, because this question is very important. I have solved multiple questions using this approach. Multiple question. You won't find this approach be directly used in your question. Like somewhere indirectly, they might be saying, okay, the interval is fixed, like from n to n plus 20 it is fixed. So you need to find what is the n over there. You will iterate through the array, you will find the minimum number. Once you have find the minimum number, so that minimum number will be your n, and that minimum number should be mapped to the 0 of the index, 0 of the array, and then you will be sorting accordingly in order of n time, and you will be able to find the answer subsequently. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Okay, guys, so i'll I'll write one very good thing, and you will laugh at me later on. I'll write the algorithm. How many things are there? How many? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I can jumble it something like so. I'm supposing minimum is at 0 over here. You can subsequently adjust. You can subsequently adjust your minimum based on you can iterate your array from first index to last index, and you can find your minimum. And based on your minimum you can adjust your minimum from you can map your minimum to 0th index. Okay, I am just assuming that my minimum in this case is 0, and we'll go forward. Okay, so if say 5, 4, 6, 2, 1, 3, what is left? 0. Okay, so our goal our goal is to make sure that until we are until we are getting 0 at this index 0, we won't move our pointer. So we'll save this temp. So this temp is this value in temp, so this is 5. We'll go to index 5, we'll go to index 5, over here it is 3. So we'll swap these two values. Okay, so how we'll be swapping? I'll swap these values. What I will say is that ARR of temp is equals to ARR of temp. I should be storing that in something. So our temp is sorry, just one second, guys, just one second. Our temp is 5, so we should be storing this 5 over here. So what we can do is we can store this 5 over here and we can swap this out. So this will be 3. Yes or no? This will be 3. I'm not writing the code. I'll write the code once I'll finish the dry run. Okay, I'm not writing the code now. Okay, so this comes as 3, but this 3 is not equals to 0. So what we can do, we'll quickly swap this with the third index. So this 3 will go over here, this 2 will come over here. This is not equals to 0. So we'll again swap this at the perfect index. So we'll cross it and cross this. This will go over here, 6 will come over here. So we'll do the same thing again. So we'll move this to 6th index and we'll copy. And now comes the scene. So over here in the first iteration, our array becomes like this. With swapping only, we are doing nothing, we are just swapping. 0, 4, 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. If you carefully observe, whoso in index is like swapped, like 2 is swapped, 2 is at its correct position, 3 is swapped, 3 is at its correct position, 5 is swapped, 5 is at its correct position, and 6 is swapped, 6 is at its correct position. Okay, okay. Now our index will move to this first index. So our now this should be equal to 1, then only our while will stop. Okay, then only we'll be stopping iterating over here. So 4 should go at its correct position, 4 should go over 4, and over here 1 will come. So how this is will be sorted is like this only. Now if you carefully observe, with again if you go and check over here, 2 is sorted, 3 is sorted, 4 is sorted, 5 is sorted, 6 is sorted. So until all the elements are there at their home, until our index is at their home, we won't move to the next index. Okay, we make sure whichever index we are working on, that index is at their home. If we are making sure this index, so first we started with 0th index. Okay, so we made sure 0th index is at their home. So 0th index is at 0, we made this sure. Okay, so once we made sure that okay 0 is at 0, then only we move to the first index. And once we made sure that okay first is at first index, second is at second, third. So this algorithm, if you go carefully and observe, this algorithm will run in order of n time, because like close to order of n time. So this algorithm is running close to order of n time. Okay, so we need to make sure that all the indexes, whichever index we are working on, it should be at their home. So that is why I named it, saying that you can't find, like, we can go to Google and we can say send back home or go back home approach, you can't find this. So this is just a name, just for us to remember that okay we are sending something to their home. Over here we can subsequently adjust our algo, saying that the 22 is our base index, like 22 should be mapped to 0. So we can subsequently subtract array of I minus 22. So that will be giving you 0, and our minimum is 22 over here in this case. So this will be again sorted in order of n time. So are you guys able with are you guys clear with the dry run? Then I'll write the code, pseudo code for it, and we can jump on to code editor and we'll code this. Guys, let me know. If you are clear with the dry run, I'll write the pseudo code for the same. Are you clear with the dry run, guys? We'll keep on sending everyone to their home until our index is at our home. Okay. So for in the first case we were checking for 0. You are not clear. Okay, okay. Anyone else who is not clear, guys? And whosoever is clear, clear. Okay. 3 clear, guys. More people, whosoever is there in the chat. We are making sure that whichever index we are working on, that index is properly at their home. If they are at their home, we are done, guys. We are good to go. I'll explain it once more, but I'm just checking whosoever is not clear. Guys, common more yes or no, guys. भाई कौन है भाई? 6-7 लोग कौन है जो रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहे? भाई रिस्पॉन्ड तो कर लो. अरे आकाश भाई भी हैं क्या? आकाश भाई पूरा लेक्चर दिखेगा क्या मालिक? हमको लगा बस ऐसे ट्रायल रन के लिए आए हैं आप. भाई आकाश भाई से ज्यादा इंटेलिजेंट अभी इस पूरे बैच में कोई नहीं है भाई, ठीक है? तो आकाश भाई एकदम पूरा इस लेवल के इंसान है. सॉरी सॉरी. ओके 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 guys, I'll start writing the dry run. I'll start adding the pseudo code for it. The pseudo code is pretty much clear, simple even. So just we can say for I 0 to n minus 1, just we can say, okay, uh, if we say while temp, while temp not, no, no, while arr of I is not equals to I, we should do something to swap. This is the pseudo code, guys. This is the pseudo code for this question. I'm sorry. This is the pseudo code for this question. That's it. Question is done. This is the pseudo code. Keep doing same thing. Swap the like swap. I believe that you can write the code to swap. I'll do the dry run again, guys, because Ankit is not clear. But this is the pseudo code. That's it. And this will solve in order of n time. Don't go with two while loops and for loops. This will solve in order of n time only. Close to order of n time, not order of n time, not exactly order of n time, close to order of n time. That is considered as like order of n time only. With the minimum iterations possible, it will solve. नहीं नहीं, एन स्क्वायर नहीं लगेगा. संकित एन स्क्वायर नहीं लगेगा. बबल शॉट में तुम मतलब बबल शॉट में तुम क्या करते हो कि मतलब सबसे बड़ा पकड़ते हो और उसको लास्ट लास्ट में मूव करते हो सारे एलिमेंट के लिए. नहीं, यहाँ पे तुमको गिवन है. नहीं, तुम ध्यान से देखो. बबल शॉट में क्या होता है ना कि तुम सबसे बड़ा पकड़ते हो उसको सबसे लास्ट में पुश करते हो, फिर उस एरे में से सबसे बड़ा पकड़ते हो फिर उसको लास्ट में पुश करते हो, फिर उस एरे में सबसे बड़ा पकड़ते हो उसको लास्ट में पुश करते हो. ऐसा करते हो, बबलिंग होती है वहां पे. वो डिफरेंट है. That is completely different thing. We are just swapping. We are just making sure everyone is at their home. That's it. End of the discussion. End of discussion. End of discussion. I will write, maybe I can write the code if you guys are not clear. I'll write the code too. Just wait. Let me check if I can. Wait. Just 1 second. I'll share the ID and I'll write the code too. Don't worry. I'm writing the code for the same. Maybe this will clear you. Just 1 second. सारे सॉर्टिंग में ये नहीं चलेगा ना भाई. सारे सॉर्टिंग में ये लगेगा तो कैसे चलेगा? तू सोच के देखना. मतलब यहाँ पे हमको ये कंस्ट्रेंट दिया हुआ है ना. यहाँ पे ओवर हियर वी आर गिवन दिस कंस्ट्रेंट दैट over here we are given this constant that okay, this is from range this to this, so that is why we are sending everyone to their home. You know, minimum is the home for 0, so minimum's home is 0. Whatever minimum is there, like minimum can be 22, minimum can be 25, but they are in the continuous form. But they are in the continuous form. Mark this word, they are in the continuous form. But in all the other algorithms they are not in continuous form. Like over here we are given from n to n plus 6 only the elements can be there, not above n plus 6 can be there. But in the other things, other arrays, they can be like n plus 25, n plus 27. They, it's something like this in the sixth array. Okay, I'll maybe I'll share my screen and So if you carefully observe, okay, just 1 second, guys. If you carefully observe, guys, our array is something like this. Okay, int arr, something like this: 6, 5, 4, 1, 0, 2, 3. How many elements are there? 7 elements are there, na? Okay. So these are in continuous form, guys. Okay. These are in continuous form. So we need to, I'll teach. We need to make sure, we need to write some magical function and so that pass our array so that our array should return something like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this. Or we will adjust the function subsequently. Just wait and watch. Okay, so I'll write the magical function over here. Mm, just 1 second, guys. This will accept int arr. Okay, I'll say for int I equals to 0 to I less than arr dot length I plus plus. Okay, everything is fine. If, not if, I'll write just like a pseudo code: while arr of I is not equals to I. ओके, स्वैप, स्वैप करने के लिए क्या करेंगे गाइस? एक टेम्प ले लेंगे। टेम्प में क्या ले लेंगे गाइस? ए आर आर ऑफ आई ले लेंगे। ठीक है, बट ए आर आर ऑफ आई कहाँ के लिए बेस्ट पोजीशन है? तो ए आर आर ऑफ आई जो होगा वो अपने इंडेक्स पे लाई करेगा, ए आर आर ऑफ आई के बराबर में लाई करेगा, राइट? है ना? हाँ या ना? मतलब आई मीन टू से, व्हाट आई मीन टू से, ए आर आर ऑफ आई की वैल्यू यहाँ पे आई होगी। I'll explain with an example, just hold on. No, नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं। ए आर आर ऑफ आई में जो भी वैल्यू एक्चुअली में वहां पे लाइक कर रहा है, मतलब अगर हम 6 को देख रहे हैं गाइस, ठीक है, ओके, तो हम 6 को देख रहे हैं, तो 6 के 6th इंडेक्स पे क्या है? थर्ड है ना? तो हमको थर्ड को 0 पे लेके आना है। बस हमका मेरा काम इतना है कि थर्ड को हमको 0 पे लेके आना है। ठीक है, तो क्या करेंगे? टेम्प में तो हमने क्या किया, टेम्प में तो हमने क्या किया, 6 को सेव कर लिया। ठीक है, तो टेम्प में हमने 6 को सेव कर लिया। अब हम लोग इस वाले इंडेक्स को अपडेट कर देते हैं, मतलब ए आर आर आई को ए आर आर ऑफ टेम्प से ए आर आर ऑफ टेम्प में जो वैल्यू पड़ा हुआ था उस वैल्यू से अपडेट कर दिए, है ना? और फिर क्या करेंगे? और फिर हम लोग क्या करेंगे कि ए आर आर ऑफ जो टेम्प की वैल्यू है, जो टेम्प की वैल्यू वो ए आर आर ऑफ टेम्प में सेव कर देंगे। जो ए आर आर ऑफ टेम्प होगा दैट विल बी टेम्प, राइट? हम लोग ये दो इंडेक्स को, टेम्प और आई को, अभी हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? स्वैप कर रहे हैं। तो ऐसे हमारा वो स्वैपिंग हो जाएगा। और दिस इज गोना गिव मी वॉइड। थोड़ा सा खुद से लिखो, मतलब आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू द लॉजिक, थोड़ा सा खुद से लिखो चलेगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। ठीक है, मुझे भी ऐसा कोई कोड रटा हुआ नहीं है, मैं भी। मैं एकदम सब कुछ स्पून फीड नहीं कर दूंगा, तुम लोग खुद से ट्राई करो। ठीक है, अच्छा छोड़ो, ये ऐसे चलेगा नहीं यहाँ पे। यहाँ पे अरे डॉट टू स्ट्रिंग चलता नहीं है। कमांड जेड, रुक जाओ। लेट्स चेक क्या होता है गाइस। ठीक है, देखिए गाइस, यहाँ पे हो गया है 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, हो गया है? हो गया, मतलब दिस लॉजिक इज वर्किंग फॉर यू और नॉट? और तुम लोग एक और चीज कर सकते हो, ठीक है। देखो अगर मैनिपुलेशन अलाउड है, अगर एरे में मैनिपुलेशन अलाउड है, आई टेल यू, आई विल टीच यू टू टू थ्री थिंग्स ओवर हियर, ओके। अगर एरे में मैनिपुलेशन अलाउड है, तो अगर ये 22 से भी चालू हुआ रहता, ठीक है, तो तुम यू कुड हैव सब्ट्रैक्टेड 22 फ्रॉम एवरी नंबर, एंड देन द नंबर, देन द एरे कुड हैव बिकम लाइक दिस, राइट? एंड देन you could have sorted with this magical function, go back home technique, and then whatever the question is asking, you can do it. But अब ट्रिक तब हो जाएगा ना, जब ये जीरो को तुम जीरो पे नहीं मानोगे, तब तुम्हारे लिए ना ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ा ट्रिकी हो जाएगा। ट्रिकी कैसे हो जाएगा, मतलब तुम, मैं मतलब यू गाइज, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू अ होमवर्क, ओके। जस्ट डोंट मैनिपुलेट द एरे, जस्ट डोंट मैनिपुलेट द एरे, आई राइट अ होमवर्क, ओके। एक यहाँ पे ना होमवर्क तुम लोग खुद से ट्राई करके आना गाइस, ठीक है। आई टेल यू, मतलब तुम लोग को ना नंबर्स एज इट इज रखने हैं, बस उसको उसके पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्स पे भेज देना है, ठीक है। 23, 22, 21, 24 एंड 25। सो तुमको इसको 1 2 3 4 5 नहीं करना है गाइस, चाहे 0 1 2 3 4 5 नहीं करना है। तुमको डायरेक्टली इसका जो आंसर हमको देना है निकाल के ना, वो ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा 21, 22, 23, 24, 25। Yes, yes, yes. I'll talk about negative number cases. Mahima came up with a very good thing. I'll talk about. Just hold on. I'm not ending the session now. Now, you guys will do this. Okay. You guys will try to do this. Okay. If you are able to do this now, without making this array like this, like without you are subtracting 20 21 from each one of it, without making it at 0 1 2 3 4 5, देन तुम ये चीज सीख चुके हो। मतलब तुम ट्राई करो, मतलब थोड़ा खुद से, मतलब पेन पेपर लेके बैठो, थोड़ा एडिटर लेके बैठो, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड, जस्ट होल्ड ऑन, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग, ओके। बट महिमा आस्ट की निगेटिव नंबर का केस होगा, तो हम सिर्फ एक कंडीशन डाल देते हैं महिमा, कि अगर ए आर आर ऑफ आई, यहाँ पे हम एक कंडीशन डाल देते हैं सिर्फ, देखो ऐसा, ए आर आर ऑफ आई इज ग्रेटर देन 0, एंड ए आर आर ऑफ आई इज लेस देन ए आर आर डॉट लेंथ। इस केस में ना, इस केस में इस केस में क्या होगा, इस केस में क्या होगा कि तुम्हारा निगेटिव नंबर का केस हैंडल हो जाएगा। आई टेल यू, आई यस यस, आई टीच यू। देखो जैसे यहाँ पे हमने कहा कि ए आर, अब देखो इसमें तुम एक काम करो, इसमें तुम -1 रिप्लेस कर दो, ठीक है। एक और काम करो, -4 भी रिप्लेस कर दो, ठीक है। अब देखते हैं इसका आउटपुट कैसा आएगा, ठीक है, ताकि तुम लोग को ना एक जो नेगेटिव नंबर का हवा है वो क्लियर हो जाए। देखो इस केस में क्या आउटपुट आया, ऐसा आउटपुट आया, ठीक है। अगर आई वेट, मैं इसको थोड़ा सा और मॉडिफाई करता हूँ, ताकि तुम्हारा नेगेटिव नंबर का जो हुआ है वो क्लियर हो जाए। सो मैंने जीरो को बोला कि तू जीरो पे जा, ओके। आई डू वन मोर थिंग, मैं जीरो को हटाता हूँ, -1 से रखता हूँ, ताकि मेरे लिए 1 1 दिखना चालू हो जाए। आई चेक क्या होता है, वेट। सो यहाँ पे तुम लोग को दिख रहा होगा कि कोड फट रहा है, ठीक है। तो हम लोग फिक्स करते हैं इसको, कि अगर निगेटिव नंबर हुआ तो हम लोग कैसे उसको टैकल करेंगे, ठीक है। तो मैं एक बार ना आईपैड शेयर करता हूँ, ताकि थोड़ी स्टेप्स क्लियर हो। बट निगेटिव नंबर्स के लिए कैसे बेस्ट होगा, ये हैंडल करेंगे हम लोग। जस्ट होल्ड ऑन। एक ही सेकंड रुकना गाइस, थोड़ा सांस ले लो। ओके। सो निगेटिव नंबर के केस के लिए क्या होगा ना, मतलब देखो मैं तुमको स्पून फीड नहीं करूंगा, तुम ट्राई करो। मैं चाहिए तो तुमको अगले क्लास में इसका कोड लिख के दिखाता हूँ, मेरे पास मैंने कोड लिखा है, और मैंने आज ही इस चीज का कोड लिखा है। निगेटिव केस में क्या होगा ना, कि तुमको उस इंडेक्स को स्किप कर देना है जिस इंडेक्स पे वो सॉर्ट नहीं हो रहा होगा। आई टीच यू, जस्ट होल्ड ऑन। जैसे कि इस वाले केस में फर्स्ट मिसिंग पॉजिटिव में 3 4 -1 एंड 1 दिया हुआ है, ठीक है। तो इसका आंसर आना चाहिए 1, जैसे मैंने शुरू में यहां बताया था। तुमको इसका आंसर सिर्फ इतना ही लाना है, ये लेके आना है। ये दिख रहा है तुमको? ये इसका आंसर अगर तुम ला पाते हो तो तुम सॉर्ट कर दियो एरे को यूजिंग गो बैक होम टेक्निक। जिस इंडेक्स पे वो, मतलब जिस चीज के लिए वो इंडेक्स सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो रहा उसको छोड़ देना है। मतलब 4 चला जाएगा इस पे 1 पे। देखो अपना लॉजिक क्या कहता है, 3 4 1 -1 ऐसा दिया है ना, -1 और 1 दिया, ठीक है। तो तुम इसको एज्यूम कर लो कि ये 0 है, 1 है, 2 है, 3 है ना। तो हम मान लिए हैं कि जो मेरा 1 है वो बेस 0 के लिए है। तो क्या हो जाएगा, हम बेस मान लिए 0 है मेरा 1 के लिए, ठीक है। तो मेरा बेस है, तो हम कहेंगे कि भाई ये 0 + 1 इसको 1 से मैच करना है। तो हम 3 को रिप्लेस कर देंगे, 2 + 1 3 से। तो दिस विल गो ओवर हियर एंड दिस विल कम ओवर हियर। तो -1 कम्स ओवर हियर एंड 3 गोज ओवर हियर। एंड सेम यहाँ पे ऐसे का ऐसा रह जाएगा। बट जैसे ही ये निगेटिव हो गया, इस इंडेक्स को हम छोड़ के आगे बढ़ जाएंगे, 4 पे आ जाएंगे। तो 4 शुड गो एट इंडेक्स 3। तो 4 को कट किया इधर और इसको इधर कट किया, तो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 1 और यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 1 और यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, नहीं रुको रुको रुको, थोड़ा सा लॉजिक फेल हो जा रहा है। मैं एक सेकंड के लिए लॉजिक फिर से रीटेट करता हूँ। जैसे कि हमको क्या लिखना है, हमको लिखना है हमको लिखना है 3 4 -1 1। हम इसको इटरेट कर, मान लिया मान लिया कि ये 0th इंडेक्स है, ये 1, ये सेकंड, ये थर्ड। हम कह रहे हैं कि जो एरे ऑफ i-1 है ना, शुड नॉट बी इक्वल टू आई के बराबर है, तब तक चलेंगे, है ना। मैं आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग i-1, मतलब i-1 I should and just I'm writing, hold on guys, hold on i-1 है ना। मतलब हम इसको एडजस्ट कर रहे हैं, हम ये लॉजिक को अपने हिसाब से एडजस्ट कर रहे हैं गाइस, ठीक है। वेट वेट वेट, अगर हम लोग ये भी नहीं लिख के ये लिखते हैं, वेट। हमने क्या किया, एक वैल्यू में इसको टेम्प में इसको स्टोर कर लिया। टेम्प में इसको स्टोर कैसे कर लेंगे हम, तुम लोग तो कोड ही लिखवा दोगे फिर मेरे से। टेम्प में हम स्टोर कर लिए इसको 3 को, और हम कहते हैं कि ARR ऑफ टेम्प -1 नॉट इक्वल टू टेम्प हो जाए, ठीक है। मतलब हम 3 को उसके जगह पे नहीं पहुंचा दें, ठीक है। तब तक ये कोड चलता रहेगा। भाई फिर तुम लोग तो पूरा कोड लिखवा दोगे मेरे को यार। तुम लोग ट्राई करोगे ये चीज? गाइस 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 होल्ड ऑन, ठीक है। देखो मैंने तुमको टेक्निक सिखाई है, तुम इस चीज पे ट्राई करो कि तुमको, तुम्हारा काम क्या है, तुमको बस मेरा एक वर्ड याद रखो। क्या तुमको मैं बोल रहा हूँ, सबको उसके घर भेजना है। तुमको इसके लिए कोड लिखना है। सब कोई प्रॉपर, हाँ, सब कोई प्रॉपर इक्विप्ड है इतना लिखने के लिए। मतलब सारे इंडेक्स को उसके घर भेजना है। अब इंडेक्स ये भी हो सकता है, और वो अगर नेगेटिव इंडेक्स है तो उसको छोड़ दो। नेगेटिव इंडेक्स का आंसर तुम्हारा ऐसा आना चाहिए। देखो तुमको इसके लिए कोड लिखना है। कैन यू गाइस ट्राई एंड राइट? मैं ये सिखा दूंगा, मुझे आता है, मैंने किया है, ठीक है। क्वेश्चन ये है कि क्या तुम लोग एक ट्राई दे के आओगे इस चीज को करने के लिए? आंसर ऐसा आना चाहिए हमारा, अगर नेगेटिव नंबर है तो, और पॉजिटिव नंबर है तो आंसर ऐसा आना चाहिए। जस्ट गिव इट अ ट्राई गाइस, लेट मी नो, ट्राई देना चाहते हो या यू वांट मी टू स्पून फीड दिस क्वेश्चन? आई कैन। बहुत इजी सवाल है, बहुत इजी। मतलब इतना आसान है कि जितना आसान मैंने तुमको वो करके दिखाया है ना। मतलब नेगेटिव नंबर्स के केस में, रुको मैं, जैसे कि मैं तुम्हारे लिए ये सॉल्व किया हूं ना, जैसे कि मैं तुम्हारे लिए ये सॉल्व किया हूं ना, ये वाला पार्ट, ये सेम पार्ट यहाँ पे तुम लगा सकते हो। मैं यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक एडजस्टमेंट कर दूंगा और वो चीज चलने लगेगा, मुझे पता है। बताओ, इफ यू गाइज वांट गिव अ ट्राई, मेरे लिए बहुत खुशी की बात होगी। आप लोग बताइए क्या करना है। मुझे सॉल्व करना है। गाइस कमन मोर रिस्पॉन्सेज गाइस। गाइस कमन मोर रिस्पॉन्सेज। यस विल ट्राई। और रिस्पॉन्सेज गाइस। जब तक मैं तुम लोग को एक छोटा सा क्लिप दिखाता हूँ एडिट करके। बताओ। हम करते हैं ट्राई। और गाइस और जो भी क्लास में है एक ट्राई दे के आओगे बस। देखो क्वेश्चन तो सॉल्व हो जाएगा, एक ट्राई दे के आओगे, थोड़ा मतलब ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग करोगे खुद के साथ में। तो मिलते हैं सैटरडे को फिर। हम लोग सॉल्व करेंगे उस दिन। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन होगा हमारा फर्स्ट मिसिंग पॉजिटिव इंटीजर। और हम लोग उसके ऊपर में गो बैक होम टेक्निक के ऊपर में थोड़ा सा और डिस्कस करेंगे। सबको उसके घर भेजना है। मतलब एरे ऑफ आई तब तक चलाओ उस वाइल लूप को जब तक एरे ऑफ आई जो है वो आई के बराबर नहीं आ जाता है। या फिर वो अपने जो नंबर 3 है या जो नंबर 5 है जिस भी इंडेक्स पे हो तुम, उस नंबर पे या तो एक गलत नंबर ना आ जाए और नहीं तो वो अपने सही इंडेक्स पे ना चला जाए, तब तक चलाओ। ठीक है। ओके समकित ने बोला है कि ट्राई करेगा। तो भाई हम मान लेते हैं समकित का बात, वरना समकित भाई अपना तांत्रिक है यार। आज जैसे मतलब आज हम लोग ऑफिस में जैसे ही मतलब हम लोग खा के टहल रहे थे सबको, जैसे ही समकित हम लोग के पास से गया, मुझे सर्दी लगी थी, धूप चली गई। उस दिन समकित ने क्लास में बोला कि क्लास नहीं लेने को। मैंने क्लास ले लिया। मैंने क्लास लेने के लिए मैं रेडी था और मेरी तबीयत खराब हो गई और मैं क्लास नहीं ले पाया। तो भाई आज के बाद से समकित जो बोलेगा क्लास में सिर्फ वही बातें होंगी, उसके ऊपर कुछ नहीं होगा। तो आई विल स्टॉप द लाइफ। आई वांट यू गाइस टू गिव इट अ ट्राई। तुम ट्राई दे के आओ। मैं इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करना सिखाऊंगा तुम लोग को। चाहिए तो मैं इस क्वेश्चन का कोड तुम लोग को दे भी दूंगा, मेरे को करना आता है। बट जस्ट गिव इट अ ट्राई। ओके दैट्स इट। विल मीट सैटरडे मॉर्निंग 9 AM। तब तक के लिए जय हिंद, शुक्रिया।